Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, my dear students. I welcome you in this online series. Today we are reading fourth poem of our textbook, selection from verses. The poem is Sonnet composed upon Westminster Bridge, and it was written by William Wordsworth in September 3, 1802. Basically, it is a sonnet, and before starting our reading, we are trying to learn what sonnet is. Sonnet is a poem of 14 lines, each line having 10 syllables with 5 feet. Usually first 8 lines are called octave and are marked off from the last 6 lines, and these last 6 lines are called systate by a change of rhyme and shift in poet's thought. The rhyming scheme of Wordsworth is throughout his sonnets unique. In this sonnet he has implied rhyming scheme, and thus this rhyming scheme goes: first line is A, second line is B, then B, then A, then A, B, B, A, C, D, C, D, C, D. This is the scheme of Wordsworth that he has implied in this sonnet. And sonnet, as you know, is a 14-line poem, and that is divided in 2 parts. Each part is called octave and systate. First 8 lines octave, and last 6 lines are called systate. This sonnet is about the beauty of England city, and sonnet is composed for praising the beauty of Westminster Bridge. So let's start our reading. Earth is not anything to show more fair, dull would he be of soul who could pass by, a sight so touching in its majesty. The city now doth like a garment wear, the beauty of the morning silent bear. Ships, towers, domes, theatres, and temples lie upon open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Never did sun more beautifully step in this first splendor, valley, rock or hill. Never saw I, never felt a calm so deep. The river gilt at his own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep, and all that mighty heart is lying still. This is the sonnet, and this sonnet is about the scenic beauty, scenery and beauty of bridge. That bridge is called Westminster Bridge. One day Wordsworth happened to see a bridge, the scenery, captivating scenery of a bridge, and he was highly motivated by the scenery of bridge, and that motivation infused in him a sense to compose a sonnet. That sonnet is called Sonnet composed upon Westminster Bridge. In this sonnet, Wordsworth says, earth is not anything to show me fair. There is nothing more beautiful, more captivating, more attractive, except the scenery, except the scene, except the captivating scenery that Wordsworth witnessed when he happened to see during his walk early in the morning. It was the dawn when he went for a walk, and there he was surprised, he was astonished to see such a scenic beauty and captivating beauty, and that beauty inspired him to come up such a great labor, such a great creation. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by. Wordsworth says a person, generally he shares the general idea that a person who is not motivated by beauty of natural sceneries is dull. He is barren heart. His taste is sapient. His taste is dull because he is not attracted towards beauty. While the case with the ordinary person, while the case with people who are healthy, who have a great love for nature, and a person who is devoid of love of nature is dull, is like a dead one. A sight so touching in its majesty. He represents the sight. The sight was so beautiful that it seemed dead. The city now has worn a garment. The city has worn a beautiful and majestic look. The beauty of the morning silent bare, and he happened to see a beauty of morning everywhere. There was a breeze, there was air, the whole city was calm, there was no pollution, there was no routine life of city life, there was no hustle and bustle, only there was a serene beauty and soothing air was there. Ships, towers, domes, theatres, temples lie open unto the fields and to the sky. He has given the depiction of the things, and he has given the depiction of normal life. In normal life, it's when it is broad day, the routine life travels, and in routine life we will see cars, transport running, and in that transportation there is a pollution, in that transportation there is a air pollution, there is a voice pollution, there is a noise pollution. So at that time when Wordsworth happened to see such beautiful scenery, there was no such type of activity, there was no such type of pollution, except there was a beautiful scenery that offered solace to the poet. All bright and glittering in the smokeless air. The air was pure, the air was not filled with smoke. Never did sun more beautifully steep. He says when sun was shining, it was the initial point of rising sun, and the shade of sun is decorated the beauty, enriched the beauty of the city. In his first splendor, valley, rock or hill, when the shades were coming from the sun, the whole city was majestic, the whole city has worn a beautiful look. Never saw I never felt a calm so deep. He explains that such scenery he has never undergone before. He has never observed before. The scenery that was attractive. Because I must remind you that Wordsworth was a great poet who was blessed with retentive memory. Whenever he happened such scenes, like when he encountered beautiful scenario of daffodils, and ultimately that daffodils affected on his moods, and in that situation, when he recalled daffodils, he started composing poems about the bliss and the worth of daffodils and about motivation of daffodils. Similarly, after returning from walk, he started composing a beautiful sonnet about, and in that sonnet he has captured, he has preserved his beautiful memories in that work. The river glide at his own sweet will. He shares that there was a Thames river was flowing with his normal speed. Dear God, the very houses seem alive. He thinks that I am endowed with such blessing. I am indeed a happy person. I am fortunate. While the general public is sleeping, they are enjoying their slumber, and it is I that have bestowed with such a great gift that I have happened such a beautiful scenery, and this whole beautiful scenery is sufficient for my motivation, sufficient to give me bliss, sufficient to award me with internal solace. So he is thankful to God for such a great gift that he encountered when he was going on walk. And for all that mighty heart is lying still. Those powerful hearts, powerful people who are now who are in deep sleep, but it is the heart of a poet, that is the heart of a poet, that normal people, when they happen to see such beautiful sceneries, they are less motivated. But as you know, poets are most sensitive souls, and it is sensitivity of Wordsworth that was inspired by the scenic beauty, by the scenery, by the captivating enthrallment of the city, by the beautiful scenery of Westminster Bridge. So in this poem, Wordsworth has shared his beautiful memories of his tour at London City, and how he went for walks towards Westminster Bridge. This was all about the explanation of the sonnet. Thank you, my dear students.